Are you a STEM professional trusting the U.S. immigration system with your career? What if a single border agent or a sudden government wage hike could erase everything you've built in an instant? If your future in the United States depends on a visa, this is the one video you absolutely cannot afford to miss. Today, we are covering 4 critical stories. We will show you how one machine learning scientist turned her visa frustration into a $5 million AI startup. We will reveal the chilling federal ruling after a top Harvard researcher had her visa unexpectedly canceled at the airport. We are breaking down a brand new government wage proposal that could completely rewrite the cost of your sponsorship. And finally, we will expose the latest labor data proving why the U.S. economy is absolutely desperate for your skills. All of this leads to one critical question we'll answer at the very end of this broadcast. How do top STEM professionals beat the system? We are breaking down everything you need to know. Check the timestamps on your screen to jump straight to the segment that impacts you most.
Before we dive into these urgent updates, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss a breakthrough in your immigration journey. Here is a quick question for our STEM viewers to answer right now. What is your absolute biggest fear regarding your current visa status, and how is it affecting your career choices? Let us know in the comments below. The $5 million visa breakthrough.
Coming up first, what happens when a top-tier machine learning scientist hits a brick wall with her H-1B visa? You might think she packed her bags and left the US. Instead, she built a multi-million-dollar tech company. If you're feeling stuck waiting on your employer, you need to hear this next segment. Priyanka Kulkarni joined Microsoft straight out of college, spending nearly a decade as a machine learning scientist under the H-1B specialty occupation framework. But the reality of employer dependence and sponsorship uncertainty made her cautious about taking entrepreneurial risks. Instead of letting the system permanently limit her, she used it as fuel. After 9 years of navigating slow manual coordination and endless spreadsheets, she launched Caesium. It's a portal that uses artificial intelligence to help employers manage employment-based immigration from start to finish. By October 2025, Caesium had raised $5 million in seed funding in a round led by Maverick Ventures. She didn't hold back about the dark side of her journey. Business Insider quoted Kulkarni directly, saying, "Honestly, it was exhausting, confusing, and at times can feel very career-limiting." She later told GeekWire, "Caesium started from frustration, from my own experience with a process that was confusing, opaque, and full of endless back and forth." We sat down with attorney Chris M. Ingram to ask the critical question STEM professionals are searching for right now. How do you survive a paralyzing immigration path and still build a meaningful career? Attorney Ingram advised, "A difficult immigration path does not erase your ability to build something meaningful." Kulkarni was not outside the American technology economy while she was in visa limbo. She was already inside it, contributing as a machine learning scientist. Once her pathway widened, she moved from contributor to founder. We want our STEM viewers to reflect on this achievement. How would your career trajectory change tomorrow if you didn't have to worry about visa limitations? Would you start a company? Change research labs? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Kulkarni's story proves that the system's weaknesses can actually become your greatest opportunity. But coming up next, what happens when a top Harvard researcher gets interrogated at the airport and loses her visa over scientific samples? The federal judge's ruling will shock you. Do not go anywhere.
The Harvard border nightmare.
Sonia Petrova, a 30-year-old Russian scientist at Harvard Medical School, has been detained by Immigration and Customs Enforcement since February.
What if a single border agent could destroy your U.S. research career in 30 seconds? Coming up, we uncover a chilling reality for international scientists. If you travel internationally for work, do not skip this. because a prestigious university affiliation will not automatically save you at the airport. That nightmare hit Ksenia Petrova, a Russian-born scientist and Harvard University researcher. The Associated Press reported Petrova was returning from France with frog embryo samples when she was interrogated at Boston Logan International Airport. Immediately after, her visa was canceled. The Department of Homeland Security defended the detention, claiming she lied about carrying substances. However, Petrova fought back, shifting the battleground from a sudden airport decision to intense judicial review. On April 8, 2026, a federal judge dropped a bombshell ruling declaring that Customs and Border Protection officers have limited authority and cannot cancel a visa merely for suspected smuggling of biological samples. The court did not mince words. According to the Associated Press, Judge Christina Rice called the cancellation of Petrova's visa arbitrary and capricious. The judge explicitly wrote, "The undisputed facts reveal that Ms. Petrova's visa was impermissibly canceled because of the frog embryo samples and for no other reason." This case sent shockwaves through the scientific community. So, we asked attorney Chris M. Ingram, what happens when a highly accomplished STEM professional faces a sudden, aggressive border encounter? Attorney Ingram advised, first, precision matters. In scientific work and in immigration, details count. Second, if the government makes a decision that exceeds its lawful authority, that decision can and should be challenged through the proper legal channels. A researcher can be highly accomplished and still become vulnerable if a border encounter goes wrong. A university affiliation does not eliminate immigration risk. We want to hear from the international researchers and scientists watching right now. Does knowing that a border agent can arbitrarily challenge your status change how you plan your international travel or research projects? Tell us your thoughts in the comments. Petrova's legal victory proves that government overreach can be fought and won. But what happens when the threat to your U.S. career isn't a rogue border agent, but a massive new government policy designed to price you out of a job? Stick around, because this next wage proposal could change the economics of your entire future. The new wage hike threat.
Could your next U.S. visa suddenly become too expensive for your employer to sponsor? Coming up, the government just dropped a massive wage proposal that could completely rewrite who gets sponsored and who gets left behind. If you are an early career engineer or a tech startup, do not click away. The cost of your sponsorship is about to skyrocket. On March 26, 2026, the Department of Labor proposed aggressively revising the prevailing wage methodology for the H-1B, E-3, and permanent labor certifications. The government wants to drastically hike wage percentiles, jumping entry-level wages from the 17th to the 34th percentile and top-tier wages to the 88th. The government itself admits this could cause employers to modify or abandon H-1B sponsorships entirely. For startups and growing tech businesses, early career talent might suddenly become too expensive to justify. The government's rationale is blunt. The Federal Register explicitly states that the old system relied on outdated thresholds and allowed employers to pay alien workers significantly less than their U.S. counterparts. This brings us to a crucial, time-sensitive question. We asked attorney Chris M. Ingram, what should employers and STEM professionals do right now before this wage proposal becomes a financial reality? Attorney Ingram advised, proposed rules are not final rules, but they are real signals. When the government proposes higher wage floors, the smartest response is to review your hiring strategy early, not after the costs become unavoidable. The right tone here is caution, not exaggeration. This rule has been proposed, not finalized. STEM professionals, let's talk strategy. Are you worried that these higher mandatory wage floors will make companies less likely to sponsor your visa, or do you think it will finally ensure you get paid what you're worth? Drop your predictions in the comments. This wage proposal proves that immigration policy is often shaped by money as much as by the law. But what happens when the U.S. economy desperately needs your specific skills, yet the overall labor force is actually shrinking? Stay tuned, because the latest April jobs data reveals exactly which STEM fields hold the absolute upper hand right now.
The ultimate STEM leverage. What if you actually hold the ultimate leverage? Coming up in our final story. While the government debates border policies, the U.S. economy is facing a massive, undeniable crisis. They are running out of people. If you feel the system is stacked against you, you need to see this data, because the U.S. tech and healthcare sectors literally cannot survive without you. The United States is trying to grow, but the labor force is actually shrinking. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the civilian labor force declined by 396,000 people in just 1 month, dropping the participation rate to 61.9%. Yet, the demand for STEM talent is exploding. A February 2026 brief revealed that over 80% of new H-1B applications at tech giants like Amazon, Google, and Apple were for AI-connected roles. Even more staggering, immigrants have founded or co-founded 65% of the top AI companies in the U.S. The experts are sounding the alarm. Reporting on the March jobs data, Reuters noted that the labor force participation rate dropped, in part as immigration flows ebb and the workforce ages. In the healthcare sector, KFF warned that reducing pathways for immigrant physicians and surgeons, or limiting their ability to work, could severely worsen projected hospital shortages. So, what is the bottom line for your career? We asked attorney Chris M. Ingram, why should STEM immigrants pay attention to the economy side of immigration policy? Attorney Ingram advised, because immigration is not only about permission to enter or stay, it's also about whether your skills are arriving in a market that truly needs them. When labor is tight and innovation is urgent, highly skilled immigrants are not peripheral, they are part of the solution. We want to hear from you. Are you seeing this talent shortage firsthand in your laboratory, hospital, or tech company? Tell us what the job market looks like on the ground in the comments. The data proves the U.S. economy is hungry for your skills, but knowing your worth isn't enough. You need a strategy, which brings us back to the biggest question of the day.
At the start of this broadcast, we asked one critical question: how do top STEM professionals beat the system? The answer comes down to discipline and strategy. In a complicated immigration environment, informed people make better moves than reactive people do. As attorney Chris M. Ingram reminds us, your path may be demanding, but it is not directionless. You beat the system by staying prepared and combining your real skills with smart legal strategy. If this video brought you value, please leave a like and subscribe so you never miss an essential update. And if you are ready to stop waiting and start taking control of your U.S. career, visit breakthroughusa.com right now to book a free consultation with the law offices of Chris M. Ingram. The link is in the description. We'll see you in the next video.